Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome back to our QPR Career Mode. If you're not all nice and caught up, go check out the playlist, get yourself caught up, and then of course welcome back to today's episode. We are in the January transfer window of our second season, which we are in the Prem, and you can see we are currently sat in third place, about to play 19th placed Brighton. How the tables have indeed turned. But at the moment, we're sitting quite high up the table. The main aim for this season was survival, but the team has absolutely flourished, been playing some fantastic stuff. And we're quite high up the table, and so far it's been pretty goddamn deserved. 12 wins, 1 draw, 7 losses. Converting some of those losses into draws would have been pretty insane with our point total as it is, and would have seen us even nearer the top of the table, which would just be mental. But yeah, the main aim for today is kind of just powering through. Had a couple of suggestions for some potential signings, but they are just not going to be realistic signings that we can actually go for. Broby was suggested to me as a signing. Now, I can tell you now, will not be able to afford Broby. I will give him a scout for future transfer windows, but it's not going to happen in this one. He's just not a player we can afford right now because we've only got £4 million. And being honest with you, I don't think striker is particularly the place we need to be improving anyway. But again, I will happily have a look at some of the players suggested. Going to have a little look here as well at potential free agents. So we're having a look at a couple of these guys, just seeing what they're potentially going to be worth to us. Diardi Samaseku is how I'm going to try and say that. Could be a player coming in on a free at the end of the season. He would just be some depth in the midfield potentially. But at the moment, no one really massively standing out. And I think actually a big part of what's going to be pretty impactful for us going forward is having some of these youth players coming through, doing the business, going out on loan, maybe getting some game time, and then coming in as rotation for us, earning us a little bit of cash, and then kind of going from there. I think that's what we're going to do. I think that's how we're going to try and play this. So we'll power on through. We have a couple of games to sort of get through for today. We're going to be starting off with the Brighton game. Then we're going to go through to the end of the transfer window, hopefully get a bunch of youth players out on loan. And then we'll probably play the Everton game and then the United game. And that will probably be the episode today, depending on how much transfer stuff happens. But otherwise, let's power on through. And unless anything happens, I'll see you at Brighton. Some loan stuff being confirmed now. I believe this is Holloway on his way out on a 2-year loan. Oh, no, that's Anwar Ali going out to Gymnasia on a 2-year loan, which, again, absolutely fine with. He is 60 rated at the moment, so getting some good game time out will be fantastic for him. Offer here for Toby Paul as well, which I don't want a loan to buy. Oh, wait. I might have said yes to a loan to buy. Whoops. But this, for me, is the big loan of this window in particular. Forster going out on a 2-year loan to Germany, going to Heidenheim, where I think he's going to get plenty of football. For me, that is a fantastic loan move. 2 years, and of course, we can look to change that and call him back if he's starting to fly up in rating or doing particularly well. But I'll be very interested to see where he's at the end of this first season, because I think that will be a real good sort of benchmark as to how he's going to do and how his growth is going to look. So very happy with that one. And this is Holloway going out on loan now. Finally, I got my long-haired players mixed up, but CD El Dense will be his new home for 2 years. Again, just for me, good sort of chance of playing, which is my main reasoning with a lot of these. Dykes wants to play. I will think about it. I probably will bring him on at some point. He probably will start on the bench though. Let's have a little look at some of these players here. So Lawrence, far too low rated for me to really be interested in going in for him now. Quanta, kind of really the same deal. He'd be brought in to be loaned out again. Samaseku could be an option, maybe on a free, but I don't think it's quite the right direction, bringing in somebody who'll be 30 by the time we sign him, that's around the same rating as sort of the players we're looking at now. I don't think it's quite the right move, but we will see. I think for now, I'll hold fire and we'll see if anything else sort of presents itself. But this is the team we are lining up with against Brighton. Let's see if we can just nice, calm, sensible game and come away with 3 important points. Just before we do though, let's very quickly hear from today's video sponsor and brand new channel partner, and that is West Coast UTD, your home of all things FC24. Whether you want coins, trading advice, foot champs boost, rivals boost, or FC coaching, they're all available. And if at checkout you use code HurstyGames, you will save yourself 5% off your order as well. So thanks to everyone who checks out West Coast UTD, and thanks West Coast UTD for sponsoring this video. Here we are at the American Express Stadium taking on Brighton, who are struggling at this time of the season at the moment, see themselves in 19th with some decent players though, but they had a good team before any potential players that they have brought in. But I saw already they have got Buendia, who is obviously going to be a very, very good signing for them as well. But fingers crossed that we can just come away with 3 very, very important points. It's basically at this point of the season, if I'm being honest with you, we just have to not pick up bad form, don't go on like runs of losses, and we should see ourselves comfortably in the top half of the table. But now with where we're sat at the time of the season that we're in, I'm kind of just really wanting a European spot confirmed. So let's go for it, boys. Very big game. Come on, you ours. Good tackle there from Gustavo Hamer. Sees himself sort of out wide in Willock's position here. He's going to play a ball inside. Finds Sinclair Armstrong. Armstrong's going to take his time here. Dunk has stepped away from him, but still makes a really good save as the ball sort of skids off of Armstrong's foot on the wet surface. A very, very good save to the keeper's right-hand side. But we do get ourselves a corner. Infamously, QPR pretty naff at corners. We get past the first man, which is better than most QPR corners, but it's headed over there from Jake Clark-Salter. But it is for another corner. It must have hit the defender. Kenneth Powell still got that cough. Apologies. Going to whip that ball in there. Not the best cross. Goes straight to Chambers, who gets it away. I was going to say calmly, but we do still have them penned in here. Clark-Salter, good pressure, but they do clear it eventually. Jacob Brun-Larsen going to run forward here, plays it inside to Sinclair Armstrong, who has a great run from chair. The ball is just not good. It's not moving very well on the wet surface today, but it really wasn't a very good pass from Sinclair anyway. But that's a lovely tackle from Hamer. Hamer finds Willock. Willock going to bring the ball forward. Chair's the only one to make the run. Lewis Dunk climbs high to win that and stop it drop into Chair's feet. And they do again get it away. Oh, good tackle there from Sam Field in the middle of the park. We said him and Hamer in the last episode both had really, really strong series of games, and a bit of a strong tackle in the end, strong tackle from Leonard after himself being fouled by Gustavo Hamer. But they play it quickly, no messing around. João Pedro tries to find his teammate in the middle, but it's well stepped in from Reece Oxford. Sam Field picking up, and maybe a chance here to bring this ball away. Brun-Larsen dragged out wide a little bit on his own there, but that is a great run there from Sam Field. Sam Field looks up, finds Ilias, looks up again, finds Gustavo Hamer, takes his time. I thought he took too long, but it's a great finish in the end. Sort of Trivela-esque there from Gustavo Hamer, outside of his boot as he's being very quickly closed down. That might be Gustavo Hamer's first goal for the club. He's not been brought in to be this sort of creative cam role. He's been brought in to sort of sit alongside Sam Field as a slight box-to-box, but a more defensive-orientated one. But really nice finish there. It's quite near to still, but still doesn't do very good at getting down to it quickly. And Gustavo Hamer finds the back of the net, gives us the 1-0 lead that I do think we deserved. We've looked pretty solid at the start. Really good save at the start of the game as well. Yeah, first goal in 20 there for Gustavo Hamer. Gets his first goal for QPR. And it's a lovely goal at that. Well played, boys. 1-0. And yeah, great start. Kenneth Powell, lovely ball over the top here for Brun-Larsen. He's going to bring it down. Bounced off his left knee. Brun-Larsen getting more space than I sort of anticipated. Tries to finesse. Oh, it's a good save there from Steele. Gets down to his left, but the ball is still alive here. Oh, Chris Willock couldn't get it out of his feet. Igor picks up the loose ball, and they get it away. But we've looked good so far, boys. That could have very easily been 2. Into the final couple of minutes here of the first half. Buonanotte with a really nice turn there. Plays it up to Adingra. He's going to play it back to Buonanotte, but well stepped in there from Jake Clark-Salter to get it away. We do see it out of the box, and we do see it to half-time. It's been a bit of a weird sort of first half in that there's been a lot of possession in the middle of the park, but when both teams pick up the ball on a counter or like make a win in their defensive third, both us and Brighton are really pushing straight into the opposition's half and really trying to make an attack of things. So been a very interesting, not quite end-to-end game, but a game that's got end-to-end potential. Hopefully that makes sense. But the game's slowing down a lot in the middle of the park, which is why our midfield is pretty tired here. Sam Field and Hamer. We're going to take off field, bring on the Zell. Bit of just fresh legs in the middle of the park. I did promise Lyndon Dyke some game time, so we'll give him 45 here, bring him on at the break. And for now, I think that is where we will leave that one. Fingers crossed the boys can just come out of the blocks here and just a solid second half. A second goal to just secure that lead a little bit would be quite nice. But the main focus here is just don't concede. A clean sheet from here, boys, and it's 3 points secured. Let's go for it. Come on, you Ars. Good block there from Reece Oxford. Can he keep it on the pitch? Not quite. A ball over the top from João Pedro there. Could have been problematic if it had found Buonanotte, but it thankfully didn't, because it was a good block in the end from Oxford. But João Pedro picks up the ball again here, just creeping into our defensive third. Going to just take their time. Buonanotte plays it to Gilmour. Gilmour plays it to João Pedro. Good block. The second shot is not blocked, though, and Buonanotte finds the back of the net. Just guides in off the post. Labrovic with the first thing to do all day, and sadly he can't quite get to it. It's going to be 1-1 there. A little bit out of nothing. It just felt a little bit scrappy. Reece Oxford makes the first block, doesn't make the second, and yeah, that's a very, very good strike. It was always going to be difficult for Labrovic to get to it, especially as he sort of already set himself on this far side. Never getting to that one. Really, really good finish from Buonanotte. And just like that, I was saying how important a clean sheet would have been. The clean sheet's gone. It's 1-1. Kenneth Powell brings the ball forward. Going to try and play it into Brun Larsen. Does so. Brun Larsen loses possession there in not a great position. And this is sort of where I was saying about these transitions from defensive third straight into an attacking third. They tried to do it there, but thankfully it was well defended. Now Chris Willock with the ball. Going to come inside here. He's going to keep coming inside. Oh, Gustavo Hamer sort of runs into him and he loses possession there. Reece Oxford does really well to stop João Pedro from making it forward, though. Apparently a bit too physical, though, and does draw the foul. Going to make some changes here. Chris Willock is going to swap sides, and then Paul Smith is going to come on the right here. Hamer's going to make way for Chaplin, although, oh, actually, no, that's maybe a little bit too attacking. Hold on a second here. What do we want to change? Because I want to change something. Maybe Chaplin on for Chair. Let's do that. Let's bring on Connor Chaplin on for Ilias. Just fresh legs in that sort of central position, but also some fresh legs out wide. We've seen it time and time again how influential Paul Smith is off the bench in real life and also on this save. Alzate coming on. I feel like I signed Alzate in the FIFA 23 QPR Career Mode. Maybe I'm going crazy, but I feel like I signed him at some point, but maybe not. Don't take my word on that one. But yeah, we defend that set piece in the end there as they try and play it. They force us back here. Bit of a gegenpress, but we've worked through the press really well. And look at this for Paul Smith now. Fresh legs of Chaplin and Lyndon alongside the fresh legs of Paul Smith. But Igor's done really well. Stops him the first time. Chaplin up here to Lyndon. I wanted it all the way through to Willock. It went to Lyndon Dykes. The chance is wasted. That right there was the perfect counter-attack opportunity, and the space that we found with Paul Smith as soon as we broke through that press was absolutely unreal. But the space here for João Pedro as he finds the back of the net, second from bottom, takes a 2-1 lead over third from top. That is absolutely shambolic defence there, boys. I don't know where Clark Salter was, but he was not on his man at all. That is poor defending from us there. Look at that. Where is Clark Salter? Oh, Clark Salter's in position. It's Reece Oxford, who's in absolute no man's land there. Between the two of them, just not good enough. It's a really bad goal to concede. And just like that, a 1-0 lead turns into a 2-1 issue. We've really got to try and push back. We've got 15 minutes to find the equaliser and then a potential winner if we want to go from there. But an equaliser at the moment in itself, I'd be happy with. But I'm not happy about losing a 1-0 lead. Hamer on the ball here, going to look up and find Lyndon Dykes. Lyndon has got Igor in front of him, looks out wide, finds Chris Willock. Willock is going to turn. Can he find a play here to get this ball into the box? He can. Lyndon Dykes with the finesse. It's a very slow shot, but it does find the back of the net. I said it in the last episode. He's a little bit of a forgotten man in this save, but countless times in this series and in previous series of the QPR Career Mode, Lyndon Dykes has been Mr. Reliable. He has turned up when we need him most, and he has found a lovely finish in the top corner here. It's a really well-placed finesse, and you'd think Steele would get to it, but it's gone just over his hand there. Wasn't really any venom in the shot. It was just really well-placed and was enough to beat the keeper. It's 2-2, boys. It's been a bit of a dramatic game here. Any more drama? Let's find out. Great tackle, actually, here from Paul Smith. Let's stay with this now. Doughty keeps the ball alive here. Reece Oxford, not the runner I wanted, plays it forward to Smith. Smith tries to play it through, but it's well blocked in the end here. Going to stay with this last dire minutes of this game here. Hamer into Chaplin. Chaplin sees the run, sees the chance, boys, and Lyndon Dykes at the death. He's done it again, boys. Mr. Reliable. He has come on, found a brace. He came on and did something as well against Southampton, if memory serves correct. And just like that, boys, Lyndon Dykes yet again proven he can be the man for us in this side. Lovely bit of play on the right-hand side. Calm, composed play, and Lyndon doesn't quite lose his feet. It looked like he was going to, but was kind of just getting behind him. But it's a lovely finish into an open net after a lovely bit of play. We take those, boys. 3-2. That should be all she wrote. 5 goals and 15 appearances from Lyndon. Bear in mind, pretty much all of those will have been off the bench. Pretty impressive stuff from the man. And yeah, again, he has proven to be Mr. Reliable, somebody we really can turn to if we need him. But Hamer picks up the ball there. Loose ball. Let's just get that ball cleared. Referee, look at your watch, mate. As much as I'd love you to give me more time, and you're going to as we get into the 5th minute here, could it be... Oh, I was going to say, could it be a hat-trick for Lyndon Dykes? It's not going to. 7 minutes into 3 minutes headed on, ref. Sort yourself out. And there we go. Lovely stuff in the end there. 3 very important and very hard-earned points after 3 very hard-earned goals. Well done, boys. Man, we don't make it easier for ourselves, do we? Well done, lads. I'm absolutely here for that. 3 incredibly well-earned points in the end after, as I say, a phenomenal brace from Lyndon Dykes. I'm sure he's going to have sent me an email to be like, see, told you, mate. Hey, there we go. See, he's all about it. Well done, mate. Great performance. Good lad. No worries as well. Connor Chaplin getting a little bit more game time as well. Hamer seems below par. Okay, so his training schedule, is it maybe just not quite enough? Do I need to get... it's his surely it's his fitness more than anything. It's saying that he'll be okay. I'm kind of inclined to say just keep them all on middle. I'm keeping all of these guys on 2 because it means that their sharpness is going to be high. So that's the plan there. I think I'll stick to that because he should be fit and ready for the game against Everton. We've got like 2 weeks, so absolutely okay with that one, boys. But we'll power on through. We have got obviously the rest of the January transfer window to go through. So you guys can stick with me as we go through it because it's mainly going to be players leaving. It won't be players, anyone coming in, I don't think, especially as the team's looking okay for now. You could argue there is a depth issue, but with £4 million, there's also a financial issue. I don't think we can justifiably spend any money unless somebody goes with a sale. So that is going to be the play there. £95,000 for the FA Cup game. Absolutely okay with that. Again, not enough for a signing. Armstrong transfer offer from Borussia Dortmund. The teams coming in for Armstrong is mental. We've had Real Madrid in the past. We've had all sorts of teams, but Borussia Dortmund coming in for Sinclair Armstrong, £6.5 million, which is his market value. But I will be saying no to that. Sinclair is staying here. I think at the moment we're not in a position to really justifiably sell him. If we did, bringing in somebody like Broby then would be a great deal, but I would assume Broby's going to be probably around £20 million, which we will find out as and when that comes through. The pool offer should now go through. Oh no, that's another option, another team coming in for him. So we'll see if Grimsby want to. Let's have a quick look and see if Broby, if we have £25 million, we simply cannot afford Brian Broby, or it might be Broby, but I'm saying Broby. If I'm wrong, apologies. But again, somebody down the line, absolutely here for that. Let's have a little look at the transfer dealings. Let's see like some of the biggest dealings of the window. So we've got Pavlidis to West Ham. I think it should, I was going to say Harvey Elliott off to Milan. That's a very interesting one. Harvey Elliott, for those who don't know, actually technically is an ex-QPR player, was in our youth system. So an interesting one there. Doak off to Villarreal. I've heard about Doak. He's a decent little player. And then Andre Silva. So those are the top 3 happening so far. Liverpool sending a lot of players out, which is actually quite interesting. Looking at our club, you can see this season we've been relatively on the quiet front. We've got a few players who have gone out on loans and stuff. Coley, how's Coley looking at the moment? Oh, it actually won't let me look like that. Okay, we'll have a look at it in a second. But yeah, it's interesting, I think, to see the amount of players we have actually loaned out. But we've spent money, but we've not been silly with it. I kind of also fully forget we have Joe Bellingham out on loan. I don't see us making any more any more purchases. So let's just have a look at how our loan players are doing, because I kind of forget that. So Holmes has gone up to 67. Holmes, very good potential centre-back for us as well. Ibrahim Spencer has gone up 7. Love that from you, Spencer. That is fantastic to see. Drew's gone up 2 as well, as has Royal Walters. Cabral has gone up 1. So Walters, again, a potential right-back / centre-back option for us down the line. Holloway has already gone up 1 on his loan out. That's great to see. Anyone else here? Dixon Bonner gone up 4. Very happy with that. Joe Bellingham has gone up 4. He is now 70 rated. So he is now at the point of being our near joint best option for rotation, because at the moment we have got Dazelle, who is our best rotation option. So with one more +1, Bellingham becomes joint best centre mid rotation. So that is definitely worth paying attention to. Aroha has gone up a +3. Said has not gone up. I think Said is going to be sold as soon as he is back, because he doesn't seem to have that much potential. Stephen Balla also gone up by 1. Samar Ali has gone up by 4. Good lad, mate. Welsh, has gone up 2. Welsh, another good prospect player for us as well. Anwar Ali's gone up 3. That's a +1 since he's gone out on loan, which is great to see. Arthur Forster also already gone up 1. Dexter Park gone up 2. Good potential striker option down the line. Alfie Lloyd has gone up 1 as well. Ryan Coley has gone up 6. Yes, please. Absolutely here for that. That's great news. That's really good news. It just, for me, solidifies that this youth system is going to be beneficial for us long term as well as short term. I'm absolutely here for it. 2 more teams coming in for Sinclair Armstrong. Bayer Leverkusen, it is a no from me. I'm sure, absolutely sure, he would do fantastically well under Xavi Alonso, but I think most people would at the moment. The guy is absolutely flying. Sergio Gonzalez and 6.5 million. Best offer we've had. It's still a no. Paul, I will absolutely send you out on loan, please and thank you. Please, somebody bring Paul in. Jake Clark-Salter, £3.9 million to go to Brentford. At the moment, he's one of our starting centre-backs. It has to be a no, but also don't really want to send him to Brentford anyway. I think long-term, centre-back could be a place we need to have a little look at. I kind of keep thinking and forgetting that this isn't my Evo team on Ultimate Team for QPR, where I've actually got 2 86 rated centre-backs. So I feel like my centre-backs are fine. But actually, Reece Oxford being, 77, and Jake Clark-Salter being 74, my defence, numbers-wise, is the weakest part of our team. And then a striker, only being 73 rated in Armstrong. But I do think there is good potential for Armstrong. So I will remain optimistic that that can be a place that we will be fine with. And again, we've got great youth players coming through as well. Frankie de Jong has just signed for Man City for 102.5 million. That is absolutely mental. What a huge deal that is, 100 million. Diogo Costa's just joined AC Milan for 40 odd million as well. All of these potentials for Paul. Can somebody just put pen to paper and get the man signed, please? That would be great if one of you could just finalise that deal. That would be lovely. Ben White off to Atletico Madrid. Very interesting. Labrovic is going nowhere. £7.5 million. It's not a bad offer, though, for a keeper we signed on a free. That could be maybe long-term something we think about. If he was to go for, say, £8 to £10 million, bring through a keeper that is maybe not necessarily a youth keeper because they're like 50 rated at the moment, but bring a keeper in for cheaper and kind of do the same thing. That's money we can spend elsewhere as well. So that's fantastic. But the top deals of the deadline day are Pavlidis to West Ham for £35.4 million, Diogo Costa for £47 million to Inter Milan, and Frankie de Jong signs for Man City for £102.5 million. Barcelona's 56th lever has been activated, the Frankie de Jong lever, and that is deadline day, boys. We had a pretty quiet deadline day because we don't have much money in the bank, but that's fine. £4 million, we keep that sat there. It's our rainy day fund. I'm fine with it. Let's go forward to the FA Cup. Before we do, of course, we have got some potential youth players here. I know my youth system is very full, and in all honesty, there is no one here that is going to make it into our youth system, so I am just going to reject everyone bar one. I will keep hold of Frankie Leach just because he had the highest potential, just because it means I can get to the youth system from here. Again, these guys are just slowly but surely working their way up here. Alex Bentley, 48 rated, some work to do for the young man. But yeah, they're slowly getting there. As soon as anyone gets to 18, or as soon as anyone requests to be promoted into the main team, or if they get to like 60 rated, that's where I start to push them up and then try and get them loaned out. But yeah, I think realistically, a loan with an option to buy. I probably would have sold Richards if somebody had come in a bit sooner for him, but I'll send him out on loan. Maybe it'll help him. Okay, cup tie here against AFC Wimbledon. You can see heavy rotation. Everyone is rotated out apart from Sam Field. That is no slight on the FA Cup or on Wimbledon at all. It is purely based on, again, the Premier League is our main focus. So we've got Mahoney in goal, Larkech, Cashin, Dunn and Ozzy Kakai across the back, Samfield and Dazelle in the middle, just behind Andrew. And then we've got Chaplin, Randall and Smith as our front three. So heavy rotation, but hopefully rotation enough that we can just still see it through, keep some fresh legs in the starting 11. And yeah, it gives us options that we've got players off the bench if we need to, but it gives some of the less used squad players a bit of a chance to shine in the cup. But come on, you Ars, let's put in a good performance. Ball here to Dazelle. Lovely turn there for Dazelle. He's going to try and find Smith. Smith is found. Tries to find Randall, who hasn't really got the space to do anything with it. So we're going to have to rotate Ozzy up into Smith. Smith finds Andrew. Andrew loses out in the middle of the park there. Can he win it back? He can. Good tackle there from Andrew. Keeps the chance alive now. Smith across to Dazelle. Look at the run here from Ozzy Kakai. Ozzy, can he get that ball lifted in? He can. It's a good cross, but it's a good clearance as well from the defender. Oh, hold on. Chaplin's won it back here. Andrew with a strike. It's a good effort, but Zanev gets down to his left with a really good save and does palm it out for a corner. Bear in mind, this is the same Andrew that took a shot the other day and it went off for a throw. But let's now try and get this ball in the box here. Whipped in. Is that Jimmy Dunn up for it? It was, but it was well defended again. Dazelle likes a shot from range, hits it at the defender again. And again, they get it clear, but only as far as Larkech. Sam Field out here to Connor Chaplin, who's going to turn his man. Lovely turn as well. Gets it onto his left to try and put it into an area. It's straight at Kalambe, and it gets it away. Al-Hamadi plays it into Davidson, who's got 3 and 3. He is probably their danger man at the moment. They're going to rotate it round here. Try and stop the shot. Mahoney equal to it. Straight to him. Calm, easy save. Good lad. Ozzy Kakai. We see a run here from Paul Smith. Going to play it nice and high. Hope that the defender doesn't quite get there, but Curry brings it down really well. McLean's found some space here. Going to try and get that ball in. Cashin kind of backs away from the cross as it comes in. And Al-Hamadi with a chance. Dazelle plays it out wide here to Paul Smith. Smith with the pace to just keep bursting forward, tries to play it centrally for Randall, but doesn't quite find the purchase. It's been a pretty productive first half, and it's been pretty positive, but without the goal so far. Randall with the strike, not a bad effort, sort of takes the touch, sort of bounces off his leg, and then just gives it that half volley, but doesn't quite find the back of the net. It's a good effort. Keeper was getting nowhere near it, but it's just wide of the post. Smith plays it to Dazelle. Dazelle, look at the run from Andrew here. Andrew doing the job of Paul Smith, because Paul Smith was otherwise engaged a bit more defensively. Andrew, I've massively overthought it, boys. That's on me. I've massively overthought the chance there. That was so ridiculous. I was playing Ultimate Team in my head. I was looking for the easy sweat. Terrible decision making from me. That is all on me. Andrew, I can only apologise. I've done you incredibly dirty there, but a very confident first 45 minutes without the end product. We've only tested the keeper once. Andrew had a really good strike. But yeah, it's unfortunate that we didn't find the back of the net. I think for now, we're going to stick with the same 11. As little rotation as possible would be ideal. But obviously, I would also like to keep fresh legs for some of my rotation options going into games in the league as well. Likes of Paul Smith, who can come on and make a real impact for us in the Prem. Don't want to have him so tired that he then can't feature on the bench. So it's going to be a matter of let's just see this one through, not do anything silly, but try and avoid a replay as well. That would be ideal. Ball out wide here. Going to try and stop the cross. We haven't. I've got to try and change player here to block Al-Hamadi. It's well blocked from Jimmy Dunn. Poor clearance though from Ziad Larkech. Bella with the ball. Going to find Al-Hamadi again. Cashin gets to it, but Murphy Mahoney's on the floor after trying to react to the first shot. And just like that, McLean makes it 1-0 to Wimbledon. That is Absolutely terrible. That is not what we needed to see at all. Okay. Okay. Um, I'm going to give it till the next time the ball goes off the pitch, and then changes will be made. I've got ideas already of what I'm going to do, but I'll give the boys on the pitch a couple of minutes to kind of react to it, see if they can get themselves out of the mess they've put themselves in now. That's poor from me there. But yeah, that's the plan now. Johnson on the ball. Plays it out wide to McLean. McLean, well tackled there from Ozzy Kakai. Really good tackle indeed. And maybe a chance to bring it forward now. Paul Smith, prove your speed, my friend. Need that pace down that right-hand side, and he is using it in abundance. Play it inside. No, to the easy pass, but Andrew does end up picking it up. Andre Dizelle with the strike. Gets his back in it. And just like that, boys, it's 1-1. I have queued those changes to be made anyway, so fresh legs are making their way on. But Andre Dizelle, the ex-first team player, has kind of dropped to a more rotation position, but really good play from Andrew in the end after a bit of a loose pass from Smith after a really good run. But it is 1-1. We are back in it. Dizelle is staying on the pitch. The assist from Andrew, however, he is being replaced. So Andrew is making way, as is Larketch, as is Randall. On comes on Doughty at left back. We've brought Brun Larson on to play left wing, which drops Chaplin into the role Andrew was playing in Cam, and then Sinclair Armstrong up top. So healthy changes, strong sort of improvements to the squad and the starting 11, but also just rotating a couple of people out here. But Chaplin, first time strike from being in that Cam position now. Good save from Zanev, but it's 1-1, sorry. Ball rotates around here. Chaplin finds Smith. Smith, just turns into trouble. Ozzy had come and overlapped there, and now is ever so slightly out of position. Jimmy Dunn's going to have to try and help him out. Ozzy does do well to get back in the end there, but now Jimmy Dunn, I was going to say, himself has got to get back into position, and he does. Dizelle, lovely turn there, finds Connor Chaplin, who is going to run. I would play it to Smith, but Smith has picked up an injury, and I don't really want to make it any worse there. But Chaplin turns inside. The pass wasn't quite the right way there, and it does go into the defender instead of finding its way through to Sinclair. But can we just keep this alive? We do. Dizelle now plays it. Brun Larson with the strike. Brun Larson with the goal. 5 minutes on the clock, and we do take the lead that we needed here to hopefully avoid the replay. Very happy with that indeed, and it's been hard work. We've made it difficult for ourselves today, but we are hopefully going to come away with 2 very important wins, and that would be massive. It's a shame it did take bringing some of the players on to kind of turn the game a little bit, but we did make the equaliser without having to make any changes. But 2-1, boys, and only 5 minutes ago, I'd like to think we can see this one through. Also made a change. Paul Smith did make way for Ilias Chair because he did have a bit of a knock. So I just didn't want to really run the risk of him getting a longer-term injury. I did ask for that change a while ago, but the ball just hadn't left the pitch. So that's just a late change for you to know. Might as well stick with the game here as there's only a few minutes left. Reeves is going to have it in the middle of the park. Great tackle from Sam Smith. Sam Smith, he is a singer. That's Sam Field, Tom. That's a really nice run as well from Sinclair Armstrong. Going to try and ball roll past the keeper, and the game is now done and dusted. I'm not entirely sure what view we've got here. We're stuck behind a fan somewhere, but that there is full-time. Bit of an over-the-top celebration, boys. It is an FA Cup game against a team, I think, in Division 2, so let's chill it out a little bit there. But really nice stuff. Good composure to take it past the keeper. Good strength to keep it away from the centre-back. And again, good composure just to tap it into the open goal. 3-1, and that should be all she wrote. Very, very, very not convincing up until that moment. But overall, especially that first half, some really good play. And yeah, the main thing is we didn't bottle it in the cup. We're still in the FA Cup, boys. Well, annoyingly, this is actually going to end up just being a 2-game episode, and that is purely because we had all the stuff with the transfer window, and as I said to you guys, to make sure I get these videos out again consistently, I do just have to try and trim the timing on them just a little bit. So in the next episode, we will go into the Everton game, the United game, and then I believe there was a game like at the end of that week as well. But that is going to be where we round up today's video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do leave a like on it. It supports me, the video, the channel, and this series out a whole bunch. If you're new, hit that sub button and turn notifications on to be told anytime that we upload a video. If you want to check us out on our live streams, it's Hursty Games on Twitch and on TikTok. Make sure you find the links to both down below. And again, thank you to West Coast UTD for sponsoring the video and for sponsoring the channel. Thank you so much, guys. That's it for me. Thank you for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash your hands. Take care.